Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about something completely different. This is Jennifer Mom 777 and today we're going to be talking about health because if you're not healthy then everything's miserable, you're sick, you're complaining, you're not a good friend, you're not a good teacher, you're not a good student. And a few years ago, unfortunately, I had to have my gallbladder taken out of my stomach. And you're like, well, what the heck is a gallbladder? Well, apparently it's like this little teeny tiny storage thing and your liver shoots out this, what is it? Stomach acid. And then it holds the stomach acid and it gives a little bit at a time when it's time to eat. Well, that wasn't working for me correctly. So I was taking all these Prilosec, Prevacid, Nexium, like whatever these stomach acid things, they're supposed to stop you from having stomach acid. And finally, after years of this and then getting my gallbladder out, I did talk to a doctor and she said, well, maybe you should try adding more stomach acid. So I was like, well, that doesn't seem to make sense. But just a few years ago, I was finally able to get off my stomach acid medicine, and I'll show you the different things. Now I take this betaine, or my sister uses Oxbile instead, and then I use this GI Revive. So even if you're not needing this for the stomach acid, a lot of my students might be benefit from GI Revive. Now, of course, I am not a doctor, and don't take my word for it. You talk to your own doctors about what you think you should be doing. But the question is, how does this apply to everybody else that didn't have their gallbladder removed? And if you have any digestive problems at all, then I have some suggestions for you. First of all, digestion affects everything else in your body, including your brain. So if your hormones are off, your brain is muddled, it could be related to digestion. So instead of trying to deal with, well, I mean, obviously you have to deal with things, but like autism, depression, all these things, it might start right here in your gut. So just a quick little piece of advice today is to talk about this AIP diet, which is what I'm using. And I'll show you my very favorite cookbook. This is my favorite cookbook, Nutrient Dense Kitchen by Mickey Trescott. And I have used almost every single recipe in this book. And if you don't like real food, you don't like meat and vegetables, then you're not going to like this book. But it is really, really healthy food. And the only recipe that I didn't like was this tarragon chicken pot pie. Terrible. But I also use another way to find recipes, which is on Facebook. There's an AIP recipe group. And I would recommend that if you're having trouble with digestion, get away from all those processed foods. Try to have homemade meals. The reason that I say homemade meals is because you know what kind of oil is in it, you know what kind of seasonings is in it, you know what kind of, they don't have preservatives in it. And like I said, I really love this cookbook. I've recommended it to all my friends. I've bought several of them for people. And again, I just pray that you will have great health. I pray for world peace, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I did forget one other thing, which is I have a website. I'll link it below, People Against Coerced Shots, because I just feel like sometimes certain vaccines can cause or trigger problems in your health, especially if you're giving it to babies. So I have a lot of information there, but I have a new section today, which is the AIP Quick Guide, and it tells you how to get started. So I will link that below. I hope you have a wonderful day. Subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.